Awaken 10 SSS God-level talents at the beginning. Ability to understand the advantages and disadvantages of pre-sale and its ultimate evolved soul I. It is possible to enable pre-sale and hosting, a sacred realm with greatly enhanced abilities. And you can control your time at will. The way of time and space that permanently exiles the opponent, but the pre-sale of my contract. But he is the lowest level of the Great Emperor and Human King, just because this is an era where pre-sale monsters are rampant. Everyone can awaken their talents when they reach adulthood. Contract pre-sale to contend with monsters. At this time, on the playground of Jiangkang No. 3 Senior High School. One by one, the students lined up in an orderly manner. Today, it is the pre-sale room for all senior high school students in Jiangkang. Talent awakening ceremony. The students who have awakened their talents are all dejected. It's like I've lost my soul. They have no choice but to awaken only low-level talents. Even if the contract is pre-sold, you can only join the logistics team. Become a lifelong laborer. I took a deep breath and walked into the house in front of me. There are two people inside. A man stands holding a dark stone in his hand. Another person is obviously preparing to record. My eyes fell on the stone. Then place your right hand on the test stone. Suddenly a pinprick feeling came from my hand. Then I was in a daze for a moment. When I opened my eyes again, but found myself in an empty space. At this moment, in the void ahead, a dense purple gas suddenly appeared. Then he hit me. It's so great that it's a natural aura of empowerment. For a moment I could even clearly perceive. Your own destiny is changing. Whether to draw the remaining talent draw times. My face changed slightly and my heart felt violent. First, I got the luck crown point myself. Now you can even extract talents. But I've even experienced time travel. At that time, I wasn't very surprised, but just straight up, select extract. Successfully extracted talents and level talents and cultivated skills to feed back. Successfully extracted talent SSS level talent unlimited space. Successfully extracted talents level talents are invisible. For a while, my heart was filled with this sudden reminder. Fully occupied one after another, a total of 10 level God level talents. Now even as plain as my breathing. I couldn't help but become anxious. A God level talent. You can become the top strong person of the human race. 10 kinds of God level talents. This is simply for second generations and 2 kings in one hand. The king's card at the beginning is explosive. I clicked on the talent details. Get ready to learn more about the specific attributes of the 10 talents. Cultivation will feed back and instill cultivation into pre-sales. The host will gain the same level of cultivation and feed back the infinite space. Unlimited growth pre-sale experience. Can remove pre-sold impurities from the body. Increase the chance of evolution and restore it to its perfect state. There is no escape, the soul senses wherever it goes. Nothing can escape. Bloodlust beasts' attacks are no longer limited by distance. Looking at the attribute panels of the 10 great God level talents, I breathed a sigh of relief. These 10 types of things that are really affected by yourself and your heart. The talent of SSS shocked me. Although the use of talents has clear limits on strength. But now I don't doubt myself at all. Can we reach the heavenly realm? It's nothing more than a matter of time. And the first 2 items, the talent that Black Iron can actually use. The eye of the soul and feedback from cultivation, for me now. But it really came too soon. At this moment, my expression was in a trance again. When I opened my eyes again, but found that he was still in the test room. The tingling sensation on my palms clearly told me. It seems like everything I just experienced, it's just a short moment. Suddenly one side emerges. The 2 rays of light that were shining in my mind suddenly shattered. Integrated into my body at the same time. During the test when the house was originally dark. After feeling the power inside me, golden spots began to appear on the surface. Then a bright golden light burst out. In an instant, the whole room was filled with this brilliant scene. Shrouded in golden light. The staff member responsible for the test shouted loudly. Damn it, the whole playground was still. Everyone looked at the house in the middle of the playground. The school leader swallowed a mouthful of saliva subconsciously. I am not wrong, right? Golden light. Another school leader looked a little dull. I seem to have seen golden light too. It's Yifeng's awakening talent SSS level. Excited and trembling voices came from the house. The sound echoed throughout the playground. Rely on, rely on, rely on, magical talent. At this time, Principal Sandalwow stood next to Zhang Yan. Rushing like crazy. Just walked out of the house. The facial features on his face have been deformed with excitement. Closely followed by, he is a school leader who behaves like a madman. This battle shocked me immediately. Difference. Just think that the world you live in is a zombie world. The old principal gave me a scare and surrounded the circle. No one is allowed to get close. All the school leaders turned around. Turn your back to the principal and me. They surrounded me and the principal tightly. Until then, all the students present reacted. Suddenly the playground was full of people. The roaring crowd. Crazy attack towards where I am. Just want to hug my thigh. Fortunately, everyone, the school leaders quickly summoned their pre-sales. Staring at the students rushing forward with eager eyes. This allows these students too. The student stopped in front of them. Classmate Yifeng didn't scare you, did he? The principal Gao Wen was standing opposite me now. Work hard to change yourself. Be kind and approachable. It's okay, principal. I shook my head slightly. Classmate Yifeng, have you really awakened your level talent? It's not that I don't believe it, I just want to make sure again. Gao Wenwu's body was trembling and his expression was very excited. I can understand the principal's excitement. After all, ever since the satellite city of Jiangkang was built, tens of thousands of years now, no level talent has ever been born. It is inevitable that the principal will be excited. After getting my definite answer, Gao Wenwu's face is full of spring breeze. Good, Yifeng. Tomorrow, our Jiangkang executives will give away the pre-sales. We will accompany you to choose when the time comes. Be sure to pick the one that best suits your pre-sales. Usually, the day after the talent awakening ceremony. Students who awaken their talents will be given by the Human Federation a free contract pre-sale opportunity. Of course, among the potential qualifications of Monster 9 stars, free contract pre-sale. Most potential qualifications are 1 star. Even those with 1 star into star partners are rare. And now if Zhang Cheng's top management takes action, what will appear is for star and 5-star qualifications. This is why Gao Wenwu said that just now. Because he knows that I am a dark horse now. Even if Zhang Cheng's top brass are being stupid, I also know that this is not the time to hide and tuck in. But try your best to have a good relationship with me. Gao Wenwu also knew, I am an orphan who lost my parents. If you can give me strong support at this time, when I grow up in the future, I will never forget Jiangkang. Jiangkang's reputation and status will soar based on this alone. Even transformed from a satellite city into a base city, it's no longer empty talk. I know that in the 1000-year development history of humankind, there is only one example of a satellite city being promoted to a base city. Reason for promotion, it was precisely because of the birth of that satellite city. God-level genius. As for the main city above the base city, Gao Wenwu didn't dare to think about it. After all, in the entire Human Federation, there are hundreds of thousands of satellite cities and thousands of base cities. There are only 32 groups in the main city. And the quantity has never changed. Thank you, Principal. I nodded. Now is not the time to be pretentious. Although I have soul eyes, able to clearly see the ultimate evolutionary path of the Jade Beast. But a Jade Beast with good qualifications. Obviously a Jade Beast with inferior qualifications. It can save me a lot of trouble. In the main palace of Jiangkang City, a heavy door was slammed open. A young man takes 3 steps and sits to steps. He ran in a hurry. Presumptuous. How many times have I said that even if the sky is falling, you have to knock on the door first? If it weren't for the fact that your father is my old subordinate, there's no way you'll be here tomorrow. Lord of Jiangkang City, Zhou Wenlong looked at the secretary who rushed in with a gloomy look. The young man was so frightened by Zhou Wenlong's words that his face turned pale. Trembling lips. But he still trembles. He spoke out the words in his mouth majestically. Sir Zhang Cheng's 3rd high school SSS level information. Zhou Wenlong's expression changed drastically after hearing that the original author stood up instantly. In a flash, he arrived in front of the young man. He directly took the document from the young man's hand. Look at the contents of the file. Zhou Wenlong's eyes were filled with shock and astonishment, then turned into ecstasy. This is the history of Jiangkang, the first god-level talent born. If this matter is handled well, he will have a promising future. A look of madness flashed in Zhou Wenlong's eyes. The next day I hadn't even reached the school gate yet. Then he was pulled in by the eagerly awaited Dean of Academic Affairs of the 3rd High School. He hurried to the executive meeting room. The moment I stepped into the conference room, several glances containing strong and slight pressure, they all fell on me. I frowned. Although these slight pressures are not difficult, own meaning, but it always feels uncomfortable when it's pressed against me. Is this classmate Yi Feng who awakened his god-level talent? At this moment, the slight pressure on my body disappeared. A powerful voice sounded in the conference room. Everyone gave way to both sides. A middle-aged man in formal clothes stepped out from the crowd. Let me introduce you to Yi Feng. This is our city lord Zhou Wenlong in Jiangkang. Zhou Wenlong didn't waste any time and waved his hand. 5 rays of light fell on the huge conference room. Immediately afterwards, 5 superior jade beasts appeared. Potential qualifications range from 5 stars to 7 stars. These 5 jade beasts are the result of humans capturing demonic beasts, the descendants of monsters thus bred. The ominous aura on the body, much less than wild monsters. But even so, the fierce aura exuding from the 5 monster beasts. It also made the senior executives present frown frequently.